Hey there, today I'm going to be showing you 5 different 5-ingredient family meals that come together in pretty much no time at all, and they're delicious. So I hope you enjoy it. Let's jump to my kitchen and start cooking. We are beginning today with this easy cheesy baked ziti. So on my pan on the stove, I'm just going to be adding a pound of this Italian sausage. I removed the casings on the outside of my sausage, and then I'm just going to cook this up. While it is cooking away, I'm going to boil my 12 ounces of ziti on the stove. If you don't have ziti on hand, you could really use any type of pasta you like. So now that my sausage is cooked, I'm just going to remove any of the excess grease and then place my sausage in a large bowl lined with paper towels. Over to my 9x13 baking dish, I'm spraying it with nonstick spray so I have easy cleanup in the end. And then I added our drained pasta that we cooked up, just the ziti, followed by our sausage that we cooked up. Next you'll be adding 1 cup of mozzarella cheese. This part's optional, but I am seasoning it with a little dash of onion powder, garlic powder, and Italian seasoning. After you add those seasonings in, go ahead and add your 24 ounces of marinara sauce, and then stir everything together. The last couple things I'm doing is adding 1 cup more mozzarella cheese on top and then covering this with aluminum foil. I baked it at 350 for 30 minutes. After those 30 minutes of baking, I removed it from my oven, took the aluminum foil off, and continued to bake this uncovered for an additional 10 minutes. And here is the finished product. This baked ziti is delicious. I just served it alongside of a side salad, and I've actually been using this Olive Garden ranch, and it is super good, so I do suggest you trying it if you are looking for a new salad dressing, but this dinner is so easy to throw together and it's great. Now we are making these easy cheesy chicken taquitos, and these are a total favorite for me. To begin, I'm going to be boiling 2 large frozen chicken breasts in my Instant Pot with 1 cup of water. I'm just cooking them on high pressure for about 25 minutes with a quick release at the end. You of course do not need to boil your chicken in the Instant Pot. You could boil it on the stove or get a rotisserie chicken and shred it from there. But now that my chicken's cooked, I shredded it up, and now to my chicken I'm adding 1/4 cup of sour cream. After I add my sour cream in, I'm adding 1/4 cup of salsa. You could use any type of salsa you like. And then 1 cup of shredded sharp cheddar cheese. Go ahead and mix this all together. To make sure our corn tortillas do not crack, I actually warmed them up in a wet paper towel for about a minute or so in the microwave, and that actually helps a lot so they don't crack when you roll them up. But anyways, after I did that, I put a couple scoops of the chicken mixture in each corn tortilla. Over to my pan on the stove, I have about 3 tablespoons of olive oil in there. If you don't want to use olive oil, you could use vegetable oil or canola oil, whatever your favorite type of oil is. I added a layer of my taquitos. I did do this in batches so they weren't overcrowded. And then I let them cook for a couple of minutes on each side or until they were golden brown. And then I removed them to a plate lined with paper towels. You could definitely eat these taquitos alone, but I do love serving them with my favorite toppings. Just a little bit of refried beans, cherry tomatoes, cilantro, guacamole, and sour cream. This is my all-time favorite way of cooking taquitos. I just find they come out great. Now we are making these zucchini boats. I really love making zucchini boats around summertime just because I know a lot of people grow zucchinis in their garden. So to begin, I have 4 zucchinis right here. I'm cutting them in half lengthwise and then scooping the seeds and the center out of each zucchini half. Now that I'm finished with my zucchinis, I place them in my 9x13 baking dish, and I'm going to set them to the side while I work on my onion. I'm just going to dice this onion into smaller pieces. Over to my stove, I'm going to add my 1 pound of ground turkey right into my pan along with the onion that we just diced up. And then to give this some flavor, this is optional, but I do love adding a little dash of Italian seasoning and salt and pepper. Cook this all together. I do also want to let you know, if you don't want to use ground turkey, you could use ground chicken as a substitute, or ground beef, or ground sausage, kind of whatever you like. Once my turkey is cooked through, I'm adding 24 ounces of marinara sauce in. Stir this all together and then let it simmer for about 10 minutes. Now that this has simmered together, I added in 1/3 cup of mozzarella cheese, gave this a good stir to let the cheese melt down, and then I brought it over to my zucchinis. I'm just going to be scooping about a scoop or two with my cookie scoop in each zucchini half, and then sprinkling plenty of mozzarella cheese on top because I love mozzarella. I do want to let you know that I had a little bit of the turkey and the marinara sauce mixture left over, so what I did is I just put it in Tupperware and then I had it for lunch the next day. No big deal. But anyways, I'm going to cover this with aluminum foil and bake this for about 20 minutes covered and then uncovered for an additional 10 minutes. These zucchini boats are fantastic, and I really love how they are a lower carb option. So if you are looking for a lower carb meal, this one might be for you. I served them with steamed broccoli. Now we're making these baked chicken tenders, and my husband could probably eat like 100 of them. They are that good. So in this bowl, I have 1 pound of chicken tenders. I'm adding 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise to those chicken tenders, and you are just going to stir this all together to get the chicken tenders covered in the mayonnaise. I set that bowl to the side. Now we're going to work on the Parmesan and the breadcrumb mixture. So in this Ziploc bag, or you could use a bowl, I added 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese. Next, I'm adding 1/2 cup of Italian style breadcrumbs. Mix this all together, just kind of give it a little shake. And then after you are finished shaking this all together, you're going to pull out your sheet pan. I didn't line my sheet pan with parchment paper, but I am spraying it with nonstick spray. I do find that these chicken tenders crisp up better when I just spray the pan and I don't add parchment paper. But anyways, I just added a couple of the chicken tenders to my bag. I just gave it a good shake, and now I'm going to line them on my sheet pan. You're pretty much just wanting to coat the chicken tenders in the breadcrumb mixture and the Parmesan mixture at this point. These will bake on 425 degrees for 8 minutes. After the 8 minutes of baking, pull them out of your oven and then flip them, and then continue to bake them for an additional 8 minutes or until they reach 165 degrees internally. I want to show you how to make corn on the cob in the Instant Pot. I've been liking doing it like this in the summer. While I do have my chicken in the oven baking, I am going to start on my corn on the cob. I just have 2 pieces of corn. I added them to my Instant Pot with my trivet on, and then I added a cup of water, and then I put this on high pressure for about 3 minutes with a quick release. And then there you go. You have the easiest way of making corn on the cob. I top mine with butter, salt, and pepper. And then these are the chicken tenders. They are so crispy, juicy, and delicious. Even my daughter could devour so many of these. Now we're going to begin on this taco pasta casserole. I have 1 pound of ground beef in my pan right here. I'm going to break it up and cook it completely through. While my ground beef is cooking, I'm going to boil up my pasta. I'm just using elbows, but you could use any type of pasta you like. And then I'm just boiling up about 9 ounces of that. So now that my ground beef is completely cooked, I just removed any of the excess grease, and now I'm adding 3 tablespoons of taco seasoning with 1 cup of water, and then the drained pasta noodles that we just cooked up. You are also going to add a can of Rotel, or you could add about a cup of your favorite type of sauce, salsa, whatever you prefer. Just stir this all together and let this thicken up. After a few minutes of stirring that all together, I pulled out my larger casserole dish, sprayed it with nonstick spray, and then I added that ground beef and noodle mixture in. I just kind of spreaded that out as even as possible, and then on the very top, I'm going to be adding a 1.5 cups of shredded sharp cheddar cheese. This is going to go in the oven to bake on 400 degrees for about 18 to 22 minutes. Here's my plate of food. I topped it with all of my favorite toppings. I really love this casserole for so many different reasons. It just has super low ingredients. And then also you could double it so easily or half it if you want to make it for more people or less people. I hope you found a recipe for yourself, and I have plenty more videos like this on my channel. So make sure you're subscribed down below the video so you don't miss any more in the future. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.